Seni seviyorum aşkım.
Si, comme ça.
Hi Internet, how you doing?
Hey Internet, how you guys doing? Chris and Kim here, back again for another episode of Rambling Teatime. And what did we just say at the beginning of the episode? I don't know what that was.
I said I love you, my dear.
Oh,
But not you. I'm talking to the Internet,
I love
obviously.
you. Oh, rude.
No, it's a different love. It's not towards you.
Whatever.
Okay.
I love you still, Kim. You're my favorite little sister.
I'm your only, but
That
thanks, I guess.
means that you're my favorite.
Uh-huh.
What did I say? I said si comme ça.
You see,
Comme ça.
I didn't know what you said.
I don't know, man.
Comme si, comme ça.
That's French, isn't it?
I don't know. Fermez la bouche.
That is French. Let me shut your mouth. Are you trying
Exactly.
to shut me up now?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Hi, Internet. How are y'all doing? Christopher and I have just been existing.
We have continued to exist since the last time we did the podcast.
Yes, we're just existing on the same plane. We haven't jumped dimensions or anything.
I wish I could jump
Unfortunately,
dimensions.
haven't gone into parallel worlds or anything yet. Haven't met our other halves.
I don't know. I maybe in dreams or something like that. Maybe I met my other half.
We should really talk about that theory because I really enjoy the whole anything about dreams and parallel worlds and dimensions and other stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just love those topics.
Oh, speaking of the same type of thing, like this is a story. I can't remember where, but it just popped into my head. You're talking about
What?
the idea that everybody has a significant other for them.
You mean like the one?
Yeah, the one, right? But the whole thing was you go and talk to somebody and they tell you if your significant other is alive or not.
Who do you talk to?
I can't remember. I think it was
A
like
shaman or
it
something?
was like some wishing well. It's some weird story that I just popped into my seriously from like years that I remember reading. It's some short story, and it's like you go to either the wishing well or to the wishing person, and they tell you, "Is my significant other still around? Did I miss them? Did they miss me?" And it tells you like you still have a chance. Sorry, they're already married. Try again next time.
You know
Some
what?
stuff like that.
Here's
It was
the thing.
really
Here's the
depressing
thing.
story.
I don't believe that there is only the one for anybody.
Yeah.
If you're thinking that, oh my goodness, there's one person for me in this whole entire world that has like how much people? 7, how many?
Billion.
Exactly.
And
I'm just
counting.
like, you really think there's only one? I mean, I think there's at least, I don't know, 1 million.
Yeah, for everybody. That's true.
Exactly. It's people, I don't know why you would get hooked up on that. It's like if you want to pursue something with another person, then you do, right? You try to make the relationship work.
Yes.
Right? Sometimes things will not work, but just because they didn't doesn't mean that that person couldn't have been A1 for you,
A1.
right? Or the person that you were with, even if y'all broke up, doesn't mean that y'all weren't meant to be together at that time. You know?
They were just a passing phase. In
They
your
could have
life.
been a passing the one. I think there are multiple the ones for us out there. Because it's like saying, okay, suppose you were in this passionate, beautiful, wonderful relationship with this person for like, let's say 10 years. 10 years is quite a long time,
That's
right?
a very long time.
Let's say y'all were married, y'all had like 2 kids, right? Y'all loved each other greatly and things were going well.
And then.
And you felt like this person was your one and they thought that you were their one.
And then.
One of you died.
Oh, okay.
Do you really think that let's say if you died, do you think that you were your significant other's only the one? Do you think that they should for the rest of their lives just harp on about how they loved you so much and be so
It might be
sad whenever
hard.
they think about you?
I mean, it depends on some people.
It will be hard. I'm not saying that it's not going to be painful, when
people-
you think about your person, but I think that you can still have a great life with another person who could be another the one.
That is very true, but some people, like certain animals, can only truly like love one person, and after that person is gone, there will be nobody else to replace that whole hole for them.
Okay.
And it's not even like a length of like time that they spend or anything. Sometimes your relationship is just like when you lose your other half, you're pretty much losing another part of you, you know? So, I mean, yeah, sure, there's probably multiple people out there who can connect with multiple other people or just with one person, but not everybody's going to be open to that, like after breakups, after like death and stuff. All that stuff is very hard to just move on from. You don't just forget what you had before, you know?
I'm not saying to forget though.
I know, and I understand exactly what
What
you're
I'm
saying.
saying is you don't close off your heart or
Mm,
your mind to thinking that there was only one person in the world who would get you,
yeah,
who would love you, who would be by your side.
I understand that.
How did we get here?
I have no clue. We started talking about weird dreams and stuff, but yeah.
The dreams that you have are actually things that happened.
Oh, you mean like in the parallel universe? That
Exactly.
idea? I know
Exactly.
there's many stories about like that type of
Actually, something has been
scenario.
happening to me recently.
Mm.
I've been having dreams, but they haven't been of myself. But it feels that I've been seeing the future of other people.
Okay.
It's so strange. It's like, I know this lady,
Uh-huh.
right? And I've never been to her workplace before, but I know her.
Uh-huh.
And I had like this dream or vision or something of her at work.
That's
It was
strange.
strange. She was like going on. She was just doing Monday things, right? She was like typing at the desk there, and I mean at the computer at the desk, and just chatting with her colleague and like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so odd. I wasn't in the dream, but I was looking at her like at her workspace.
Are you one of those people that the government was working on trying to create long range viewage, actual psychic people way back in like the 50s or 60s with like drugs? Are you like a sleeper agent, Kim? Are you one of those people who finally
First of all, I'm
unlock your
not that
ability?
old. First of all, I'm not that old.
Sorry.
So, but I
Ooh,
don't think so.
maybe somebody in our family line was, and it's just passed down to you, and you finally unlock your psyop powers.
It's strange though because I keep seeing dreams. Let's just call them dreams for now. Let's not
Uh
call
huh.
them nothing else, right? I keep having dreams of other people like doing mundane things in their everyday life, like working
That's
or being
weird.
at home, like just sleeping. And I know it don't feel like it feels like a dream.
But it doesn't feel like
And
a
here's the thing,
dream.
I remember when I wake up as well. I'll
Mm.
remember it when I wake up, and I'm just like, why did I even see this person? I'm like, and I wasn't in it, but I was like watching them like live their life.
It's weird. This is
And I
very
feel
weird.
like these are easily things that definitely could happen,
Are
are
happening.
happening. Exactly. And I'm like,
Mm.
oh, am I like, tapped in?
Tapped
Because
into what?
I
The
don't know.
Matrix?
Exactly. I can see. I have the sight
You
or
have the
something.
sight.
Uh huh.
Well,
Uh huh.
excuse me.
Exactly.
I didn't know you went and became a psychic overnight, but okay.
Exactly. I need to try to hone this craft.
What
Set
is
me
that
up
you
some
can do?
kind of shaman shop or something. Read people ham lines or
I
something.
don't even know how that works. I
Yeah,
had
I
it
don't know.
done.
They
I had it
say
done by
you
a
have
friend.
a love line and a lifeline and fortune.
I
There are
remember
lines, but some people don't have the lines or something. I don't know what line is what line.
this girl that I was crushing on for like a few years back, and she was into this type of stuff. So I was like trying to get into it because I liked her.
You know what kind of stuff? You mean weird
She
psychic
was
stuff,
into this.
astrology,
She was super into like horoscopes
zodiacs,
and like
and
Kim. I remember the Discord chat, and she was like, "You're a Libra, and I'm a what was she like a Leo?" And she's like, "Oh, we have pretty good chemistry together. That's why we're like
Uh-huh.
such good friends and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, let me have to do like a palm reading and do it. She does like, and it just like for like an hour or two, she's explaining to me why certain stars and alignments are like good for
Uh-huh.
me, and like what I should wear and what colors make me will be vibrant and make me successful and stuff. And I
Uh-huh.
was just like, this is a bit much.
Uh-huh.
You know, I was just trying to get into this because I thought you were into it and I thought it was kind of cool.
Right, but you don't
I didn't
really feel
realize that this was her
strongly.
religion. This was her
Yeah.
thing. But she understood like a whole. She even did like tarot readings and
Yeah,
things like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
just like, damn,
I
girl.
think the tarot cards are fun, but I wouldn't like believe them, like that. Like, oh my gosh, this card means that you're gonna die at
I
19.
don't know. I can't remember what cards I got, but it was something to do with like it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like, oh my god, you're gonna die. But it was
Mm-hmm.
like, your fates are uncertain or some mumble bumble bullshit. I was like, isn't everybody's fate uncertain? I
Exactly.
could walk out in the middle of the street and get hit by a bus, and that'd be my fate was
Exactly.
uncertain because I
Exactly.
didn't cross the street properly.
I actually have a funny story about the zodiac thing. So, when I was working at this place before, there was this new client who came in,
Hmm.
and she was into all of that,
Yeah.
right? I'm not really sure why it seems like even recently like there are more and more people who are into that, but anyhow, she was into that a few years ago. Don't know if she still is, but she was then.
Hmm.
And she was talking about, I don't know how it started, but she got into talking about what her sign was,
Uh,
and that she was asking the other ladies, oh, you must be this sign or this sign, or my boyfriend is this sign and we this, we get along and blah blah blah, but we butt
mm,
heads on this here and blah blah blah.
yeah.
And so when she was leaving, she was trying to find out what my sign was. And I can't remember if I told her to guess or I told her straight up or I asked her what she thought or whatever. But that's no. She did guess, but she was wrong.
What she
And then
guess?
I don't remember, but she wasn't right. I think she said a Leo or something like that. But I'm not a
Mm,
Leo. I'm a Cancer.
indeed,
And
you are.
then, wow.
I was just waiting for you to say for the whole time.
Yeah, yeah, it's because you're a jerk. That's what
Uh,
your sign is, jerk.
I'm
Anyhow,
sorry.
so I said, "Oh no, no, I am a Cancer," and she was like so shocked. And then she was going on about, "Oh my God, really? I don't get along with Cancers at all." But you know what? She was shocked, right? Because we became friends. We were friendly and
Ah,
everything, and she was like, "You're so weird. You're so strange. I don't usually get along with Cancers, but I'm getting along with you. This doesn't make any sense."
I
I'm
don't
like,
think
"Lady,
I know,
these
right?
things don't actually
Mean
mean
shit. They
anything."
don't. It's kind of like that whole blood test thing, where they say
Oh,
that
if you're
certain
A or B
B or O,
or
whatever,
yeah,
that you behave a certain way with other people,
yeah, yeah.
or because you have A type blood, you can't get high or some shit. I can remember somebody was talking about how if you have A type blood, you can't get addicted to drugs. I do not know where the fuck that came from, but I was told that, and I was like, that's a bullshit. Like, but yeah, people get. I don't know, man. Sometimes you can't like live your life decided on like horoscope. Cause that's insanity.
I
Like,
think
holy
that
shit.
people on a whole, even the ones that say they're atheists, people want something to believe
I
in that they
suppose.
think is higher than them, that controls how things are in the world, the universe,
Mm.
right? I think, well, okay, there are probably some people who will say, no, I am the one in control of my
I am
life, I'm
my
in
own
control of my
god.
fate. Exactly. I do everything and I don't believe in anything. And I don't oppose that
Hmm.
perspective either, because the people who then start thinking about, no, oh, they don't believe in like any like gods or anything, but they're like into the zodiac and they're like
Hmm.
into astrology and reading the stars and then all kind of like different psychic stuff and stuff. I don't oppose it, but it is strange when they say that, when they start talking about not believing in like deities but that
Mm.
stuff.
I understand it because it's kind of like one thing that I do believe is in karma.
I believe in karma too.
I believe that everybody, if you got a certain amount of good and bad karma, if you do something good, goodness will probably come back to you. If you do something bad, bad will come back to you. Everything balances out in the end.
I don't know.
But then again, that kind of is proven false in
Yeah.
the life we live in. Terrible people get away with a lot of shit all the time.
I like to believe in karma, but in practice and in reality, it doesn't seem to always be true.
No, it doesn't.
You know, they're the people who you think will never get their just desserts, and they just continue to live on happily, wonderfully.
They live ripe old ages to like 1 billion fucking years. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, what about reincarnation? I know a couple people
I believe in reincarnation.
who will believe in that. I've been reading a lot of isekai stuff, reincarnation shit. Hell, even my story that I'm currently writing has reincarnation in it. And I like the idea. I really do the idea that when we die, we do reincarnate. Maybe on this earth or another one. I like the idea that you could come back. You return to the cycle, as in you come back as like, I don't know, some other thing or a person or whatever. When I die, I want to come back as a dog.
Gross.
Yeah,
No.
I'll come back as a dog. I mean, some sort of animal. Maybe, you know what? I'll come back as one of those cows just turn into steaks.
Wow. There's three
Something
things.
like that. I don't know.
I've thought about reincarnation as three things as well.
What?
Only ever three things.
What 3 things?
I would want to be, okay, well, 3.5 things. Okay. The first is either a sheep or the
Okay.
wool on the
You
sheep.
want to be the wool on the sheep.
The second is a tree,
Oh, okay.
a great big, you know, large tree that grows years and years and years and years. But then I thought, I don't know, because I don't like to be in one place forever and ever. So maybe a tree is not that
Now, if you're
ideal.
a tree, do you have a
A type of tree?
no? But I mean, no. If you're a tree, do you have a conscious?
Oh, I think that all living things have a conscience, but I may not be true because I think that all living things have a soul, but they say that that's not true. I even think that inanimate things have a soul.
Oh, that's like the
It is what you're thinking.
Sumogomo. What's the no?
You're wrong
What's it
in
called?
calling it whatever you're calling it, but that's what I believe.
I read a manga about that where the objects live like 100 years
Yes,
or
yes,
something.
we spoke about this.
Yes, yes.
Anyhow, the third thing, I think the third thing is the best thing.
What is it?
It's a cloud.
So you exist for like a moment.
Exactly. I thought so I think the cloud reincarnation as a cloud would be the best thing.
Why? I just thought of something. Clouds and sheep will kind of look the same.
Yeah, I know.
Like, what
I'm
the heck,
obsessed
Kim?
with the fluffy look.
You want to come back as something fluffy?
No, definitely not just something fluffy. No.
Okay.
The wool on a sheep, a tree that lives for
Like 100 years, one of those big old red oaks or something.
exactly, or preferably, I prefer a cloud.
Then you're going to just keep reincarnating.
Exactly, as a cloud though.
You think you get a choice? I remember reading a story.
It might be nice to be a mountain as well.
A whole mountain.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, that seems kind of like underwater or above water.
Above.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be. I wouldn't want to be an actual thing that stays in place. I want to be something.
That's why I said a cloud.
You're there for like 5 minutes and then you disappear.
Exactly.
And some days you might just pour rain down, like flood someplace.
Exactly.
Or thunder or something like that. Well, if I could truly reincarnate, maybe I'll just come back as, I don't know, first maybe as female, and then the next time I reincarnate, come back as like some sort of animal, and then maybe an insect. And
I've
then
actually never
like,
thought of reincarnated as a human.
Again? I will come back, but whatever I come back as is the opposite of what I was before.
Well, I don't want to be a human regularly. So No, I refuse.
You refuse. Like
Um,
superiority, I refuse.
yeah. I choose not a human, and I kind of wouldn't want to be an animal either, but I
Mm,
choose a sheep or its wool
so
because
weird.
I don't know, I like sheep.
I don't know. I don't like how sheep look. I just don't.
Really?
I don't like how they look. I like what they give. Wool is fantastic. Lamb is delicious.
Ah, there was another thing, cotton. I am obsessed
What
with the
is it's
fluffy.
fluffy white stuff? What the heck?
Yeah, yeah. Cotton is nice. You
What the
know
kind is
what?
cotton?
You know what?
What?
People should not give bouquet of flowers. They should give a bouquet of cotton.
Why cotton?
It's useful.
I mean, not everybody can just take cotton and spin it up.
It doesn't matter.
It's. I mean, but the flowers you could just take and put in some water and they'll last like a week or two.
Anyhow. So I would definitely not want to be a human.
Okay.
Yeah, no, no, no. I can't do it again. Can't
Can't
do
do
it again.
it again. You said.
No, no, no. I'm definitely not a female human.
Again.
If there were a choice and if it had to be a human, I would never want to be a girl.
Again.
Never.
Why? What's your reasoning?
Because because
Because.
you know why.
Because.
There's no way I don't want to be in no body where I having a period ever again.
I
Never.
knew it was
Never,
that.
never,
I
never,
knew that
never,
was your
never,
reason.
never.
Oh my god! I knew kid is gonna bring up periods again. It's just like I don't wanna. If I reincarnate, fuck that noise.
I mean, I think that's the worst thing about being female or a person who has periods. I don't know. There are some people who have conditions, you understand?
uh,
It's the worst. It's the worst for me, I have to say.
I am glad that I don't bleed at least once a month. So more power to those of you that have to and deal with that shit. Because if you are the average and y'all go through that shit, bro, I I don't know how you put up with it.
I don't know either. And I saw recently in an article, Spain is now doing this like menstrual leave.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's going to be like 3 days or something, sometimes
in a
5 days
week.
that they give during that period.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think that would be great because I have like a very crippling time during my period. It
Yeah.
is rarely it'll be like once a year where my period isn't like trying to actually kill me. But the rest of the time it's just like I want you.
To
I
stop.
no, I wanted you to have children. That's what my body is telling me. It's like, I wanted you to have children, but you did not freaking do it.
So I'm
So
going to
now,
punish you.
exactly. Now it's time for, the consequences.
Revenge.
Exactly. It's like, you did not give me what I needed.
Fuck you.
Exactly. It's like, I don't know. We had a deal. We were like, quid pro quo, but I didn't hold up my end of the deal or something. And my body is just like, well, fuck you. You know? That's how it is. Anyhow, I think that would be good. I think it'd be great if more countries implemented something like that. But the thing that they state is that the person has to bring in like this doctor's notice like every time.
Oh, so you gotta go to the doctor, be like.
Yeah, you wouldn't usually have to, right, go to the doctor each time.
That reminds me of like when I got sick in school
Are
and I
you
missed the day.
comparing your being
No,
sick
no, no, no,
to...
no. I'm just saying the whole idea if you had to go to the doctor to get a note saying that you were sick, if you use that as an excuse for why you missed school. And it was like, not every time that I was sick school did I go to a doctor or was capable of going to a doctor to then
Exactly.
get a slip to then come back to the school to say that I was sick for like a few days. It's
I
like
think
sometimes you're sick.
they loosened up on those rules though. leaving it up to the parents to write a note.
I remember when I first was going to school, and and it lasted for a long fucking time, and it really pissed me off. And I was like, after a while, I just stopped giving a shit. When I went into school like a day or two later, after like having like, the flu or something, I have the flu, and when they asked me, "Did you get a doctor's thing?" I was like, "No," and then they'll be like, "Well."
You would say you have a flu after a day? You would be sick for a day with the flu?
Okay, I'm just using this as an example. But if I had a cold or
Wow.
whatever, whenever I had the flu, it was definitely like more days than like just like one or two. But you never know. Sometimes you clear up on like the third day or second day.
I would never know. Every time I've ever had the flu, felt like I was dying.
You remember
What?
every Christmas we used to
We would
get
get the flu.
deathly ill.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
We would get red eyes and we would get the flu.
It was. I
Good
remember it was like
times.
clockwork. The 2 weeks before when the last bit of school, and then the week of Christmas when we were out, and the week after, it'd be just like friggin' sick. I remember this one time. I think it was no, I was out with Dad at the time, and we were buying a present for you, and you were out with Mama. You were buying a present for me.
Uh-huh.
Remember we used to do that all the time
Yeah,
as
yeah,
kids,
yeah.
and I just remember like tugging on Dad's like shirt and being like, I need to sit down. Like I was like 10 or something. I felt like an old person. I remember just sitting down, like just like getting down on my knees and just like breathing, and Dad be like, Chris, you okay? And I was like, nah,
Oh,
nah. And I
wow.
just remember we were walking around the toy store looking for something for you, and I was just like, this is great. It's Christmas. There's toys everywhere. I should be
Right. You
enjoying
want to
myself.
be excited, but
But I just remember just being in like so annoyed. I remember we found the present that we wanted for you, and then there was this fucking line
line.
to
That's
get
right.
the
It's always a
presents,
line.
and I sat down on the carpeted floor in the mall next to Dad, and just like started crawling forward. Just like, every time we walk forward, I'm just laying on the ground. I just wanted to die. It's just it's like I was like, when we even started this line, it was so like it was like I was hot. It was the fever was getting coming on. I remember Dad went and got me something to drink to just like cool down.
Uh-huh.
And it's like even though they got AC in the building and stuff like that, it felt like it was just like gonna burn my soul out.
Oh.
And then the worst part is when we left the building. So now we gotta walk and in the sun, right? And
Ah.
we walk into the car and we walking through the city at the time. And I was just like, I just want to just die. There were multiple times I remember us walking down the street and just stopping every time I'm leaning against Dad. And
Uh-huh.
Dad being like, Chris, you want to like get on my back and I could carry you to the car?
Uh-huh.
And Dad, I was like, nah, I got this. I don't know what was wrong with me as a kid, but I wanted to walk to the car
On your own.
on my own. I was there dying. I was like literally like
You still wanted to maintain your pride and your dignity.
I was 10. What pride? What dignity?
I don't know.
I don't want to be like, I want to be like, I was cool. I was out with my dad. It was just the guys or so. I think it was some mentally thing like that time. And I just wanted to be like, be good, right? But I was just so sick and dying. I hated that Christmas because I don't think it was like until like Christmas Day and after that I actually felt well. But cause so I couldn't really like stay and watch stuff. I just felt sick all the time. And then it was only Christmas like morning when we went to get open presents and stuff that I actually did feel kind of good. But my God, getting sick around that time of the year for years and years and years was just it was insane because that was the only time we ever got that sick.
Yeah. As for me, I remember I got red eyes 4 years in a row. This is what they say, right? They say that you're only supposed to get like red eyes once or something like chicken pox and then you're like immune. I've heard that. Have you?
I've heard that something like that. Or the chances of you getting it are much lower.
Well, that was a lie. That was a lie. Because I got it 4 years in a row.
And I never got it once.
Exactly.
I've never had red eyes.
It's so strange. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I had to go to the doctor each time and get eye drops
The
each
first time you got
time.
red eyes, it completely ruined your sight to the point you had to wear
So
glasses.
that year was I don't remember what that year was, but I had just come off of the flu.
Yes.
So I had been out of school for
A week.
weeks,
Yeah, it was
more
like
than 2 weeks,
it
I
was
think.
really bad.
And I was dying. Goodness, all of this illness. Um, and I was doing better. I think I only had like a cough left.
I remember the
And
morning you
I
left
went
the
to
school.
school. Jeez, son, I could feel myself like on the bus. Like I knew that I had been infected with something else. Just from and within hours. It only took a few hours from home. I don't know if there was something in the
You
air
caught up
while
on a
walking to the
school
bus
bus,
stop,
multiple
being
kids.
on the bus, and then just being at school. But that period of time was like 2 to 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely contracted red eyes.
Mm-hmm. Your immune system was probably still too weak, and you shouldn't have gone to school.
Exactly. And I remember in prayers, I
Mm-hmm.
was like in prayers like so often.
Patient zero over here.
Exactly. People were looking at me, and when like the principal or somebody was talking,
You
they would
started
pause.
coughing.
Yeah. And I remember I don't know if at a time they would pause because I coughed, but
But
it felt like I was the cause of the pause
yes.
at the time. Anyhow, so after prayers, my homeroom teacher is like, Kimberly, why did you come back to school? He's like,
Yeah.
why? She asked me, she's like, clearly, you like, why are you here?
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
You're not well. Why did you come here? I'm like, ma'am, I'm doing fine. I'm like still trying to convince myself. I'm like, ma'am, I'm just coughing. I'm fine. I'm good. She's like, you're not like coming into my classroom, She's like, you're gonna go to the office right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even listen. I didn't even get into class. The class didn't even start. This woman would not let me in class.
Smart teacher.
My bag. I think. Well, I had put down my bag, but I couldn't go back to get it. She
No.
was like, "You need to go right now. You need to go right now to sick bay or the office or whatever." And I did that, and I told them that I wasn't feeling well. Can I please contact somebody to whatever? And over the period from, I'd say from the time school started, so around 8 until afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
like just after lunchtime,
Mm-hmm.
it was full blown conjunctivitis. Okay, it was bad. My eyes turned from white to like super super red
I
and
remember
watery
seeing.
and gooey over the period,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just like wow. I was like wow as well. I could hardly keep my eyes open. I was feeling super bad. I did still have the flu, but I wasn't too bad in that respect.
Should have gone to school.
Anyhow, some of my friends came to see me throughout like the different periods because I hadn't been picked up yet because nobody could come at the
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
right? Because everybody was like freaking working,
yeah.
obviously. Um, and my friends would come and checking on me. Oh, Kimberly, you still here? Oh my gosh, you look like shit. I mean, they didn't say that, but I can see in their eyes when they would come and see me. It's
You
like,
look
you're
like
looking worse and worse. You're looking worse and worse.
they're coming to literally see you die in
Exactly.
life.
Exactly. Anyhow, it was bad. Everything was just bad. I continued to be sick and it was horrible and my eyes hurt and everything hurt, and after that they say that you can't your eyesight shouldn't go bad after
Yeah,
that.
but you couldn't see. I
But
remember
that's
this
that's
really.
definitely what happened to me. That's my experience. After that, my eyesight got worse, and I would look at the board, and I'd be like squinting, and my
Mm-hmm.
teacher would be like, "Kimberly, can you see?" And I'm like, "Fucking no." Anyhow, after that, I had to go to the optometrist, and yeah, then I started wearing glasses
I remember we all thought that you were going to be the only person
without
without
glasses in the
glasses in the
family.
family.
But you know what? I know that that's a curse that I put on myself. Do you remember when I was younger and I said, oh, everybody wears glasses. I want to wear glasses too. I said that
Ah,
mindlessly as a kid,
mm,
because I thought it'd be fitting with the
monkey
fam.
paw curls.
What is that?
You don't know what the monkey paw?
I think I do, but
Like you wish for something, but you get it, but it's almost like with some
tenfold
shitty
or
effect.
something. Ah.
So like I wish I had really great health and live for a long time. You live to be 1 billion years old and you're immortal and you're floating in space after the heat death of the solar system.
I
Some shit like
see.
that.
I understand.
Yeah. So it's like that.
Um, well, yeah, I guess it was like that. Who would have thought that my eyesight would have gotten bad, honestly?
Your immune system was probably just like completely screwed, and your body's ability to heal itself could not help. So the conjunctivitis completely just like freaked you up.
Yeah. And then 3 years after that, I continued to get it in a row
Hmm.
around the winter season every single time.
And I've never gotten it.
I didn't get the flu each of those times though, but I got the flu. I think the only, you know what? Surprisingly, I did not get the flu during 2020.
I haven't gotten sick.
Oh, hold on. Let me think about it. That's not true. I had the flu early in 2020,
Hmm.
like just as the year had rolled over.
Wrong time when COVID was now starting to get late. I remember this. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
remember this. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
were sick as well.
Oh, was
We
I?
were both sick.
Uh,
I remember clearly.
uh.
We were like dying again. But we actually didn't get the flu last year, which was surprising to me. I was like preparing for it as well.
I have been doing good like for like the winter and things like that. I haven't been getting sick because I've been doing this thing called avoiding the fuck out of people and going anywhere. And look, my health before my health before like COVID and whatever other shit was already like frayed. It's like
Hmm.
I just walk. I just walking down the street. Somebody in another county would sneeze, and I would catch whatever he had, and then I would get back home, and I'd be like a crippled old man. You
Wow.
know. So even if you can't take off mask and shit like that, I'm 100% just stick. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to wear masks nowadays in general because you want to know
Yeah.
what? I haven't been unwell in my few excursions out. I haven't got, like you said, we both didn't get the
Yeah, we
flu.
didn't get the flu last
It was
year
a good like
or early this
season
year.
around the year, and
Yeah.
I actually think, and mind you, by the way, this is even if we get shots, we still used to get sick all the
Yeah.
friggin' time. It was like, what the fuck is the point of getting the shot anyway
It's
for the flu?
because it's a different
I
strain.
know, I know. That's how it is, but yeah, that's how it really feels. But like, I got the shot for this flu virus, and then the other flu virus is coming and punch me in your gut.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons why there's some people who says that they don't want to get the vaccine. They're like it doesn't work or that it
Ah,
makes
that's
you
true.
sicker and stuff.
That man, I'd rather take the preventative measure over like
Yeah.
none at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know something though?
What?
Instead of getting like the flu all the time and think that, you ever just get like all of a sudden your body just stops like it's just I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but sometimes I'm lying in bed
Mm-hmm.
and then my stomach just starts to hurt. And it isn't like hunger. It isn't like if my bowels are loose or
Mm-hmm.
anything. It's like this pain and then it goes away. And I
Christopher, you
normally
know
used
who
to
you're
think it's
talking
like
to? You know I'm the expert in stomach
a
pain.
random stomach pain.
I'm the expert in random pain.
That's true.
Just random pain. I
But
will have pain from nowhere.
yeah. So I don't know what it is. I would just like get this random pain and it would seem like it would start my stomach, but then I would feel lightheaded,
Mm-hmm.
and then I can't walk,
Mm-hmm.
and then I feel like if I'm like just fainty, and most of the time, and then just feel like puking, but nothing comes up, Then I feel it shitting and nothing comes out.
Mm.
And I'm just like, it feels like my body is like on a boat and the boat is like moving back and forth. And
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure out which end the stuff is going to come out
I
of.
hate that feeling.
You
You
know?
know what? When I get that it's like a vague, like it'll go up, it'll go down. I stay straight up. Do
I try to
not
stand up against a
angle
wall or something like
your,
that.
do not let your esophagus bend. Do not let your core bend. If you do that, it's gonna come up. I mean, unless you are fine with vomiting over pooping. But I am not. I am not. I don't like either feeling.
But which is the one you prefer to deal
I
with?
prefer to deal with pooping.
That vomiting?
Yeah.
I guess I understand
It's
that as well.
because it's this I don't know, in my throat
It's
and in my
vile.
esophagus, you feel everything coming back up. It's just it's more I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
more vile and
More
disgusting.
uncomfortable.
The reason why I say I rather prefer exiting out the butt is because you got to exit out the butt, and I'd rather have all the vile stuff out that way
Yeah.
instead of having to deal with it coming out my mouth and then I'll leave stomach acid and then burn all my
Yeah, yeah,
throat and
yeah.
burn my tongue. Just like absolutely disgusting.
I mean both are pretty bad. Both are pretty
Well,
bad, honestly.
the bottom is for that type of stuff. That's why it's the bottom. The top is to only have stuff come in. And I don't want nothing else
You
coming out
know,
of it.
there will be sometimes though where something, whatever it is, however the body settles it, it'll want to come out both ways.
I had that happen to me like once
Oh
or
my
twice in my
god.
life. And I was
I've
just
had that
like,
happen too, and I'm just like,
I want to
I
kill
cannot,
myself.
yeah. It's like I need to die before any of these processes happens.
It's just like,
Cause you were you ever like pooping and you realized that you could vomit at certain times? I had that happened to me. It's like I can't remember when it was, but I've had diarrhea so many times. So one of the times that I had diarrhea, I was just sitting on the toilet, and it was one of those times where some stuff could come up as well. And I think I started to cry on the toilet, and I was just like praying and hoping, hopes and prayers. Hopes and prayers.
let us know if you also cry on the toilet.
And it was just in there, and it was so bad. My stomach was hurting. The poop was coming out of my butt, like flowing, flowing, flowing. I flushed the toilet a couple times, and I'm trying to keep my upper body straight. Because if I lean even a
You
little
can
bit,
puke.
there will be projectile everywhere. It'll just be everywhere, on the wall, on the mat, on the door, just everywhere. And I was trying to prevent that. It was so difficult though, because when your stomach is cutting you, you tend to
Yeah.
want to bend
You want to
over to
bend over to
relieve
like
it.
relieve the pain.
Exactly. So it was like someone was stabbing me and like dragging the knife across my abdomen.
That's, honestly, having bad air and just like cutting in your stomach is kind of like the reason why I took mum's advice and I started to drink a lot more tea, because tea relaxes and lets the air, just having something nice and warm in your stomach. And I
It didn't,
found
yeah.
that,
I don't think it necessarily has to be tea,
I
but
know, but I
a
found that,
warm beverage
yeah, warm
should
beverage
work.
definitely just like help when my stomach just
Alleviate,
alleviate
yeah.
that type of like pain inside of
You
it.
know what's good for stomach pain? Ginger tea. I
Yes.
usually drink that around my period. Not that it freaking works, but if it is working, that means that the pain that I am staving off,
Is better than the pain, is better to have that than the one.
right.
Yeah.
So, and I've had it much worse when I don't take the ginger tea, or when we don't have any ginger or couldn't get any. And the pain is like, you can't even breathe, honestly. I don't know why we came back here,
I
but
think we've just been talking for most of the podcast about being sick and being in pain. So I just we could continue along that line of thought.
I see. I see. Well, when I'm on my period, it's so difficult to just stand. I think I've said this before on the
Yes.
podcast, but standing up have never been so difficult.
I think that's why I think I'm glad about Spain doing that thing, because I think about, if you go through this and many millions and sorry billions of women go through this
Yeah.
every month. It's like, and then you have to go to work, you have to go through transit, you have to deal with like
You have, exactly.
so
You
much
have to deal with
stress,
arsehole people and
and you got
clients, and
that.
maybe if you have kids in your family, and all kind of stuff is going on. It's like, you know what? I actually do not want to leave my house. I don't who cares about the world? I don't care. Let me just give me this week. Just give me this week. I am going to be back better than ever, hopefully. The next week, I can give you my 100, but there is no way that you're getting more than 20 out of me during this period. Yeah? Goodness. And for me, I don't know how it is for other ladies, but for me, it feels like the pain has just been increasing
As you get
over the
older,
years. Yeah.
oh God.
Yeah, I often want to die, like you said. Hilarious. Death and pain go hand in hand, do they?
I mean, I'm here for you, Kim. I can't do anything about your biological circumstances, but I'm here for you in spirit, hopes and prayers. Yeah, hopes and prayers. Yeah.
Funny. Oh, goodness. Honestly, I don't want anyone to say that to me either. I don't want anyone to say that they're here for me. I don't need you to be here.
You need your period to be gone
Exactly.
permanently.
Exactly.
Putting out a hit list on your period. You want somebody to take care of it.
Anyway, right then, internet, we're going to end it here and leave you with all of our pain. And if you are going through something, just know that yours is not worse than mine.
Jesus.
I mean, it could be. It's possible that you're actually dying. But we're all dying every day, though.
I'm very comforting that that's happening. Yes.
I'm sorry if you're dying. Should I be sorry? I'm not the one who did the killing or the murder or the injured, or I don't know what's happening. We're not drunk, by the way.
No, we only drink tea on this podcast.
Exactly. Be content in knowing that nothing lasts forever.
You can be really a downer sometimes. Be happy that nothing lasts forever, and neither will your pain last forever.
That's what I like to say to myself, but
oh, God.
It turns into something worse. Like, you know how they always say to, when you're having bad thoughts, to just remember that everything will end someday?
Sometimes pain doesn't end.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Back pain for like a decade and a half.
That's the problem. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like while I'm having that thought, the pain isn't going away though. So I'm just thinking that I should go away.
Guys, we'll catch you guys later in the next one. Hopefully Kimberly hasn't made herself going away at all. See you guys in the next one.
Good night, everyone.